Hello everyone, this is Cher. I think you all know me if you've been with me for a while. I'm very happy to see you, and I hope you're happy to see me. It's been a rough, I'd say, month. A lot of ups and downs. Started off doing a lot of babysitting, and it's just been really busy, and I just was not up to par. And it started when I got my COVID shot. And I am telling you, please, like I said the last video, get your COVID shot. I had my second one. I had a couple issues, but I lived through them, and I'm glad I got the shot. So don't let that discourage you from getting your COVID shot, please. Charlie went home yesterday. I had him since my birthday, which was April 12th. And that was like what I asked my daughter for. She said, "What do you want?" I said, "Well, I would like to have Charlie for a few days." And I did. And I enjoyed it so much, and it got me going and more mobile instead of laying down all day. I was very fatigued. I had an incident in the acne 2 weeks after the shot where I was having trouble breathing. And but I do have issues with my lungs, and I am on chemo, so you got to take that in consideration. But I got home and I just slept for like the rest of the night. Now, before I start the video, I want to tell you I'm going to do two, which is like, whoa, for me that's great. I'm going to do 2 crafts for you. I'm going to try to squeeze them in, not keep you bored to death. But I have several that have been going through my mind. I have a sketch pad here where I've been sketching out different crafts that I've been wanting to do, and it's been killing me not to come on here and do them. So I want to do a couple for you tonight. Sorry to tell you, but I did do a wreath, 2 wreaths. One for me because I was tired of my door being empty, and I wasn't well enough to come on and do a video, but I will put a picture up for you. And I made another wreath for a lady that sits outside. I go out a lot with Charlie, and it's sit outside. It's a beautiful place, like a paradise out back. And she's a lovely person. And she had said that she asked me how much my wreaths were. So I told her, they start at the bottom and go up. And I kind of went by her door. She's on my floor, and realized she didn't have anything on her door that was, you know what I mean, substantial. So I thought, I'm going to make her a wreath. I have a lot of wreath forms, and I have not a lot of florals, but enough. So I made her a wreath, and I'm going to show you a picture of that also. In fact, I can show it to you because I didn't give it to her yet. So I'm sorry about that, but I really wanted to make a teal wreath for my door, and I got it done. And I just sat here not feeling well, but I thought I got to get motivated. So, okay, so before we get started, I'm going to take a sip of coffee, and I'll be right back. Okay, before I get started, I had an inspirational thing happen to me. Yesterday, I got a card in the mail, and I'm going to turn it around so you can see it. So this is the card, and I absolutely love it, and I know what you're thinking. Yep, it looks just like my Charlie. When you feel better, everyone will be happy. And I opened it up, and there he is, my baby. And it says, "Sweet Cheryl, just wanted to send a little pick-me-up because she knows I haven't been feeling well, and found the perfect card for you. Thinking of you." Here we go. Let's move this. Love, Angela. I put the love in there. Sorry, Angela, but I love Angela. And she put in here a lovely, my favorite, what's my favorite coffee place? A $25 Starbucks gift card. That happened yesterday. And like I said, I've had all these crafts in my mind that I want to do so bad. And I thought, if Angela wants me back, Radha wants me back, and several of you other people that want me back, Maria, I got to get on here. I got to try because I love it so much. I'm feeling a little tiny bit better. And but I want to tell you something that's happening to me that's scaring me since I took the COVID shot. Is 3 years ago, when I moved in with my daughter, I went to Delaware with my cousin. She said, stay there, it's quiet, and I'll be back in 2 days. Now, it's like desolate out there, but I wasn't afraid. I made myself a hot dog in a cast iron pan. And the next day, I woke up and my lips were chapped, like they are right now. They're chapped. And I thought, oh, that's weird. Maybe I was under the fan too much. As time went on, and about the second, third day, my whole mouth swelled up with pimples and down into my chin, and it was hideous. So this lasted a good 2 weeks, and it was so bad I couldn't go out. I had to wear a face mask. After going to the doctors and him telling me it was all these different stupid things, and I'm like, no, it's not that. My cancer doctor didn't know. I went to an allergy. I ended up in the hospital, and they put me on epinephrine. I was so sick. So after I got out of the hospital, that was that. So then I went back to Delaware, and I thought it was something freak that happened to me. I cleared up, had dinner with my cousin, and bam, I said, Jan, oh my God, my lips are chapped. That's how it starts. And from that, my mouth has bumps on it. I'm going to show you a picture, and it's very embarrassing to show you how bad this was. I went home. I said I had it. I was back in the hospital. Mind you, I was on chemo. So I went to an allergist. I said, I can't take it. And she put all these different things on my back, like with all these things that you could be allergic to. It turns out I was allergic to iron. Never was in my life. Iron and nickel, heavy nickel. And nickel, I'm sorry, high doses of nickel and iron. So then she says, you got to do an investigation and figure out when you go to Delaware, use plastics. It had to be something that entered your mouth. Plastic forks and spoons, blah, blah, blah. Turns out, make a long story short, it was the cast iron pan that my cousin used all the time. And I'm like, Jan, that's it. Because once the allergist told me the iron, I knew right away what it was. So now when I go to Delaware, I use plastic forks, but I just never eat out of the cast iron pan. Now, getting to the COVID shot. I had the COVID shot 3 weeks ago, had the second one Wednesday, and my lips are chapped. If you can see how red they are, and it's been like that since I had the shot. So I'm a little nervous about it. I don't know what the hell's going on, excuse my language, but that's been making me a little off, besides the fatigue and the body aches and all that. But anyway, get the shot, please, because I'm on chemo. I have a compromised immune system. Okay, now, when I do the crafts, I am going to start off slow, walk you through this first craft, and the second one, you know, I might speed it up. Forgot to say, Angela, I love you. Thank you so much. I don't know. I wish I could meet you. I really do. I think we would be the best of friends. Radha, thank you, my love. I love you guys so much. Maria, all the sweet things you've done for me. In fact, I'm going to use some of Maria's things on my craft today. 2 crafts. Here we are at my table. I'm taking a lot of Maria's advice. I'm trying to have everything ready. If I don't, I'm going to stop the tape. This is what we're working on. So you're going to need a dowel. And then I put some hot glued some beads on the end so it doesn't fall off. And as you see, this is kind of like a feather. And I learned this, if you look real close, I learned how to do this from Olivia's Romantic Life. She has her own channel. She has a magnificent channel. If you want to get the another technique, this is who I stole it from. I loved it, and I said, oh my God, I gotta make this. I decided to use another type of thinner yarn of like a kind of like a beigey color to finish this thing off. All right, now I'm going to put this down and I'm going to show you the best I can I'm going to move my paints out of the way. This is my paint holder, by the way, I made with the Django blocks. Hello. Most are from Maria, so I'm going to move these out of the way. It weighs a ton because I'm going to be painting something shortly. Okay, so what you're going to do is cut a string about, I would say, maybe 18 inches, and I'm going to put this down so you can see. And I hope to gosh you can see what I'm doing here, because I don't have an overhead. Okay, so we're going to start on this side. I'm not going to do the whole thing. This is what it looks like when it's done. But if you want to get another better means of doing it, and you think she'll show you better, definitely go to her channel. You're going to put this overlap the dowel, okay? Then you're going to cut more pieces, which I wished I had done. I'll be right back. Okay, now I cut some pieces while you were going. Okay, so you have your piece over the dowel. Now you get your second piece. Maybe, I really don't care, just as they're not as long as 18 inches, and fold it in half, like so. And then you're going to take this piece and put it underneath this piece of yarn. I'm trying to get it as close as I can. Okay, so you're going underneath this piece. Then you get your second piece and fold it again. All right, and you're going to take the pieces that are separated, and you're going to go underneath this piece of yarn, and then take the other ends of the yarn that are free, and you're going to pull them together. As so. And then you can always pull it up. You can pull it right up. Okay? So I'm going to do it a few times for you. You're going to fold it in half. Same way, you're going to take the separate pieces and go through. Oh wait, something's not right here. Okay, wait a minute. You're going to take this piece and go through the hole in the yarn, and then the opposite. Something's not right here. Let me do this again. Okay, so you get your second piece of yarn and do the same thing where the loop is facing to the right, a closed loop. You get your next piece of yarn, fold it in half like so, and you're going to take the split pieces, go through the hole, and then the opposite side, you're going to take the open pieces of yarn through that side. Let me make sure I do this right. And then you're going to pull. Okay, this yarn is a lot thinner. I don't know why it's not. And then you can push it right up. I'm going to do it a couple more times so you get it. Fold your yarn, have the loop on the one side, okay, on the right side, and then you're going to take another piece of yarn, fold it in half. You're going to have the open ends go through the loop, and then pull these other ends and pull, and then you can push it up. And what this will look like in the end, I'm going to do a few more so you get this, is like feathers. That's what Olivia said, and I loved it. And I said, oh, I gotta try it. And it is easy, but at first I had to do it like a million times. Okay, you got the ends here, go through the loop, and then this closed loop, you're going to pull the open loops, open strings, and pull, and then pull it up. Okay, I'm going to do all these strings so you get the idea. Okay, fold underneath the yarn. I hope you got this. If you have any questions, just email me or something, or comment, and I'll tell you. So I would make these maybe about 9 inches long, whatever you want, because I end up cutting them anyway, so it's no big deal. So you got your open ends of the yarn through the hole, and then you got your closed hole yarn there, and you're going to pull it, bam, and then push it right up. So we're going to do these last strings, and then I'm going to show you what we do next, and I'll finish it off camera. It's so neat. It's so relaxing too. I was watching TV trying to figure out how to do it last night until I finally got it down. Close your loop. Take the open yarn strings, go through the hole, the loop, and then pull the other ones through the opposite side, pull, and then pull them up. I think we got 2 more here, and then I'm going to stop to get to the next craft. I'm going to put that through, and you'll notice I do have different lengths, but I just want you to you can do yours all the same length and save yourself trouble, but I'm just going to cut them in the end. Once again, go through the hole, the loop, and then the other side, pull the open ends through the loop, pull, and pull them up. Okay, now I want to have different colors of yarn, and this is how it looks so far, and I think it's so cool looking. And I'm going to also do the other side with the same color yarn as this. And now what Olivia did is she cut hers because it's supposed to look like a feather, and it does. So I'm going to cut mine, the strings that kind of like in an angle, so that it ends up looking like a feather. Push this up. I don't know why this is coming down. Okay, so you can get a good look here, and then you keep going till you have this effect. And I'm not going to work on this side, but I'm going to show you what she did next. So what she did, now this is Charlie's brush, but it's clean. And she brushes out the little pieces. Honestly, I like the thicker pieces of yarn better. Now, what Olivia used is, you ready for this? The Dollar Tree mop. Yes, the Dollar Tree mop. So she brushed it all out really nice to make it look like a feather. And it really is so cool looking. So when I get it all done, I will be back on here to show you when I get both sides of the yarn done and hang it up. I will show you. Look at all the fuzz coming out. I'm trying to find my trash can somewhere. But, okay, look at this. And this is just one side. Let me show you. So it's going to look really neat. So I'm going to go all the way down with these pieces, make it look like a feather. But this thinner pieces, I don't know, I'm not so happy with that. But I'm going to continue on until I fill it all the way up. And I think it's really going to look cool. Okay, so that's that craft. And like I said, when I'm done, I will come on here and show you the finished product. In fact, I'm going to work on it tonight after I get off of here. But, okay, so Charlie's brush came in handy. Okay. Next craft is my Django blocks. I went 3 one way, 3 the other way, followed through until it looks like this. I used hot glue. Then I bought these little teeny feet that I used for Chloe's bed. And they had little holes where you could put it inside furniture. Well, I didn't want that, so I cut them off with my pliers and then sanded it down. I did have a hard time. That's why I kind of had to redo it. So what I'm making here is a picture stand because I don't have a lot of picture frames. And so I wanted to make a homemade one. And I had, like I said, I had to do this a couple times until I got the feet just right. But you have to lay it back pretty far before, you know, you have it so that it doesn't fall down. So this is it, and we're going to paint it. Before we paint it, I'm just going to sand it down a little bit to get some of that glue off. This is the Dollar Tree sander. It's not going to be perfect, but okay, so next I'm going to mix some baking soda. It's I think 1 part to 3 parts paint, but I just kind of wing it. And this color is champagne that I bought with my it's just a beautiful color, sparkly, shiny, lovely color. That's what I decided, and I'm mixing it with the, I think I put a little too much. Let's add a little more paint, a little too much baking soda, I believe, to make it like that textured look. So we're going to mix this up. You do use a lot of paint with this. The reason I decided to use this baking soda to paint is because of the glue, the glue that globs on here when I made my picture frame. So this way it'll kind of camouflage. So now we're going to paint it, and this way it camouflages a lot of that globby glue, which I hate. Okay. I'm going to try my best to go in one direction so it looks a little bit more finished and smoother. And I don't want to waste any of this paint because paint's expensive. I love the colors of the paint that Maria sent me, and the beautiful ribbon. I want to use some of this ribbon. I'd like to show you. I chose these colors. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet because we have to wait for this to dry. I have a couple other crafts that I sketched out that I am currently working on, and hopefully we'll have them to you real soon. Definitely going to do the sides of this also to make it a little more finished, and since I have a lot of this baking soda paint left. So we'll do the sides. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm going to show you the pictures of how bad it was when I had that allergy. I had it, I think, 3 times, as a matter of fact, because we couldn't figure out what in the world was causing it. At one point, when I went to my cousin's, I was afraid to eat anything or drink anything, put anything to my mouth, because we just couldn't figure out what the heck it was wrong with me. Until I went to the allergist, thank God. And she was marvelous. She said it had to be, she knew right away it was an allergy, by the way. And so did the hospital. But my cancer doctor, unfortunately, didn't know what was wrong with me. He thought it was something crazy, like, I can't think of the name of it. Because of my immune system being so shot, but I knew he was wrong. I knew it. We know our bodies, you know what I mean? Since I have some left, I'm just going to use what I have on the back. Finish it up as much as possible. Mainly the front I want, but I don't want to waste this paint because paints, like I said, are expensive, and I love this color. I really love it. I don't know if you guys have ever used baking soda paint, but it's 1-to-3 ratio. 3 times paint and 1 part baking soda. And I even made a little, I didn't want to buy a toothbrush holder. They were like, the ones I liked were like $5, $6. And I'm like, I'm not paying that kind of money to hold my one toothbrush. So I had an old glass that I had crafted, and I just made it into a toothbrush holder with the baking soda paint. I made it, colored it yellow, painted it yellow for spring. All right, I will be right back. Okay, I want to show this to you. Okay, I really love this color. Okay, now of course you know I have to let it dry, so I can't finish it until it's dry. And for some reason I don't want to put this here. It seems like it's, I guess this kind of weighted down, so I'm going to put something here to get it to stand up. There we go, so it dries. Okay, so I'll be back. Hello everyone. Well, as you know, this is not going to dry tonight. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but it's almost there. But I will be back tomorrow to show you how I finish it off. I did paint a clothespin, the champagne color, and I think you're going to guess what I'm going to do with it. I also am going to use some of this gorgeous ribbon. I kind of like this one that Maria sent me. Oh my God, she sent me such gorgeous things. Then I'm going to probably place it somewhere on the picture frame. And I want to put a picture of my 3 youngest grandkids, and then I'm going to make another picture frame a little bigger, and I'm going to place my oldest 3 grandkids. But since I can't finish it off, and we're at 27 minutes as we speak, I'm going to show you a couple things I'm working on. One, I got this from the Dollar Tree. I've had it for several months, and then I got kind of under the weather. So I did buy something to go with this, and I'm going to work on this. When I finish that picture frame, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that Dollar Tree, if you would like to do one along with me. Also, I am working on something for Maria. I painted these little, oh, my little thing broke, my little clothespin. These beads, they're in the champagne color, and they're dry, and this beautiful lavender color that I also got in Michael's. So I'm going to take, they're all dry, so I'm going to take these beads off, put them in this little basket, and I already did a tassel. I made the tassel for the end for Maria, and I cut it. Now I could comb this out, but I'm not sure yet. Now I purchased these little needles, and they have a nice big hole. I forget the name of them. There's something like an eye needle, but they are awesome. Okay, see the nice big, and they come in a little package. I got them from Amazon. Okay, so I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. Like I said, if you want to know how to make a tassel, that's like so easy. You just wrap it around a piece of a book or a cardboard or whatever. I just thought these colors were so pretty for spring for Maria, because she's done so much for me. And I am going to work on something. There's one bead that don't want to come off. There it goes. I put them on these skewers to help me dry them. I'm also going to be using these gorgeous little flowers that Maria sent me. This type of thing just makes my heart go wild. I don't know how to explain it, but these are going to work with these also. All right, so I am going to string these. I've got my twine here, and I'm going to cut this and string my beads on, and I'll be right back. I thought maybe you would like to see me do it. I thought that's not fair. All right, so I'm twisting this, and I'm going to put it through, if I can, it's a large hole. There it goes, I think. Nope. I don't know why it's giving me a hard time here. There, I think we're we're going to get it this time. Just push it through, okay? And hopefully it won't fray. I've never used this before, but let me cut it again and see if I can get it a little bit. Boy, this is really something. Come on now. This just doesn't want to go in. Figure I'll use a little bit of tape. This is paint tape, I guess you call it, because I'm going to use it for that jar when I do that beautiful jar tomorrow. See if this works. Here we go. Once you get past that, you're definitely going to need a bigger needle, trust me. All right, now we got to get these beads on. All right, so I'm going to string the beads on. You know, this does not want to go on here, so I may have to use a different kind of, I'm going to have to use a different kind of twine. Be back. Okay, I used a different kind of twine. I have this color here. I have a package of it that I purchased in Walmart, all different colors, and I love it. And this went on very easily, so we're going to have to use these to string the beads on. So let's start with a purple, and then 2 of the champagne, and I'll be back. Just kind of organize them the way, design them the way you want. Purple, and then 2 champagne, and I will be right back because I'm really running fast. Well, Maria, I did the best job I could. They are not the best tassels in the world, believe me. But the trouble was, I couldn't get this material, this twine, through the beads. It was just too thick. So that was my problem. I don't know how the heck I did it and made a really nice tassel on my other beads. But I really tried, and I don't know. I wished I could have done a better job. I'm going to work on them before I send them to you. But I really love the colors. The tassels aren't that great. One's small, which I don't think that matters. One's smaller than the other. It's just I don't like the way the tassels connected, because they had to connect to this here twine, which I didn't like. But anyway, tomorrow I'll be back on. I'm sorry I couldn't finish the painting, but there's just no way that was going to dry. So I'm going to show you, and my lips are chapped, you see, and that's what I'm worried about. I want to show you I'm going to put one picture up of the wreath that I did for my door. That I just had to do it in the beautiful teal color I told you about. And then also I'm trying to get this pin back in here. And also I wish I could speed this one up because it's 36 minutes, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. So anyway, these are Maria's beads. I'm going to send to her. I'm going to fix them though before I send them. And I'm going to show you the wreath up close. So this is it. The lighting is not good. Let me see. Okay, there, that's better. So what I did was I wrapped it in this beautiful floral ribbon that I purchased when I got the gift card from my dear sweet Angela. Now I'm really happy with this wreath. Now she doesn't know I made this for her yet. Okay, so this I made out of the burlap ribbon that I got from Rod Hall. One of the pieces, I made a little bow to hang it. I got a little green dragonfly to pick up the green in the floral print. I made one of those Dollar Tree signs with her name on it because I had these little wooden letters. And I used a fuchsia ribbon that I believe I got from Michael's. And it says, welcome. So I really love it. And I will put a picture up, like I said, of the teal one. God bless, and I'll see you tomorrow.